When it comes to detoxifying the kidneys, many people underestimate the impact that diet can have on the health of these vital organs. After all, in a world where stress and poor eating habits are almost the norm, how can we ensure that our kidneys, responsible for filtering all the impurities from our bodies, are functioning at their best? The truth is, many have yet to realize the power of the right foods in preserving kidney health. And this brings up the question, are you making the right choices to ensure your kidneys remain strong and healthy? While the market is flooded with products promising miraculous detoxification, the reality is that the solution may be much simpler and more natural. What you eat daily has a direct impact on your kidneys' ability to detoxify your body. But be careful, we are not talking about extreme diets or trendy juices. We are talking about foods that, scientifically and provenly, help keep your kidneys clean and functional. And the best part? These foods are accessible and can be easily incorporated into your routine. Curious to discover the top 10 foods to detoxify your kidneys? Let's dive into this journey and explore how these foods can transform your health. Kidney Health Essentials. The kidneys are true gems of our body, but unlike some other organs, they do not have a robust capacity for regeneration. Therefore, it is vital to understand how they work and, more importantly, how diet can directly impact kidney health. Imagine your kidneys as highly sophisticated filters, working day and night to detoxify your body by removing waste and excess fluids. When we think of diseases like type 2 diabetes and hypertension, which are the leading causes of chronic kidney problems, it becomes clear that keeping the kidneys healthy is a matter of life and death. And it's no exaggeration. After all, more than 37 million people in the U.S. live with some form of chronic kidney disease, often without even knowing it. Taking care of kidney health is not just about avoiding serious illnesses, it is also about maintaining quality of life. To better understand, think about the impact that a diet high in sodium, excessive protein, and processed foods can have on these organs. The constant consumption of these foods can overload the kidneys, which are already working hard to detoxify the body. This is even more critical when you consider that kidney diseases do not manifest in obvious ways until the damage is significant. Prevention, therefore, is essential and starts with conscious food choices. Now, if you think you might be immune because you feel healthy, think again. Even those who consider themselves in good shape may be at risk if they do not pay attention to the subtle signs of the body. A slight swelling, constant fatigue, or changes in urine can be indications that your kidneys are asking for help. That is why it is crucial to pay attention to what we eat and the lifestyle we lead before these small signs turn into major problems. And this brings us to the next point, how to adjust the diet at different stages of kidney health to prevent further damage. Different stages, different diets. Kidney health is not an exact science, it varies from person to person and, especially, according to the stage of kidney disease. In the early stages, such as stages 1 and 2, where the damage is minimal, a healthy and balanced diet is usually enough to keep the kidneys functioning well. This means that the person can continue consuming a variety of foods as long as they maintain a balance between macronutrients and do not overdo it with sodium or ultra-processed foods. The idea is to keep the kidneys detoxified, allowing them to continue performing their functions without overload. As kidney disease progresses to stages 3 and 4, dietary recommendations become much more restrictive. In these stages, the kidneys can no longer filter the blood as efficiently, meaning that excess sodium, phosphorus, and proteins can accumulate in the body, further worsening the situation. Here, the diet needs to be adjusted to reduce these elements, protecting what remains of kidney function. For example, reducing the intake of red meats, phosphorus-rich dairy products, and processed foods can be essential to avoid complications. For those who are already in more advanced stages, it is common to feel a certain frustration with dietary restrictions, but these adaptations are crucial. The good news is that even with limitations, it is still possible to create tasty and nutritious meals. Opting for foods like low-potassium fruits, fresh vegetables, and high-quality proteins in controlled amounts can make all the difference. Additionally, maintaining nutritional follow-up is essential to adapt the diet as the disease progresses, avoiding as much as possible the progression to complete renal failure. And this leads us to reflect on the alarming kidney failure crisis we face, especially in the United States. U.S. kidney failure crisis. The kidney failure crisis in the United States is a clear sign that something is deeply wrong with the way we care for our health. It is shocking to think that although the US represents only 4% of the world's population, the country accounts for 39% of global kidney failure cases. These numbers reflect not only systemic problems in accessing healthcare but also cultural issues related to diet and lifestyle. The high consumption of fast food, sugary drinks, and sodium-rich foods are factors that contribute to this alarming reality. It is as if the country is in a vicious cycle of self-sabotage, where the modern lifestyle is directly linked to the collapse of kidney health. This scenario raises an important question: how can we prevent this crisis from worsening? The answer may lie in drastic changes to the diet and educating the population about the risks of certain food choices. Kidney health is deeply affected by what we eat, and the lack of awareness about this has been a major villain. In the United States, where the prevalence of type 2 diabetes and hypertension is high, the burden on the kidneys is enormous. Many experts argue that mass dietary re-education, focused on reducing sodium and processed foods consumption, could prevent the progression of kidney disease on a large scale. Furthermore, the kidney failure crisis in the U.S. also highlights disparities in the quality of healthcare available. Low-income individuals and minorities are disproportionately affected, often because they have less access to quality healthcare services and healthy food. This creates a cycle of inequality that perpetuates the crisis. If nothing is done, the number of people who will need dialysis or kidney transplants will continue to grow unsustainably. The next step in this discussion is understanding how certain foods can actually support kidney health, offering a line of defense against the progression of the disease. Top foods for kidney health. When it comes to protecting kidney health, diet can be a powerful ally. Some foods have properties that help detoxify the kidneys and keep them functioning at their best. For example, apples, bell peppers, and fruits like raspberries are rich in antioxidants and nutrients that benefit the kidneys. These foods, besides being delicious, contribute to reducing inflammation and oxidative stress, crucial factors in preventing kidney disease. However, it is important to remember that for those with insulin resistance or diabetes, caution is needed with sweeter fruits like apples and cranberries, as excess sugar can be harmful. In addition to fruits, vegetables like cabbage, cauliflower, and leafy greens are excellent choices for those who want to keep their kidneys healthy. These vegetables are low in potassium, which is an advantage, especially for those with already compromised kidneys. Cauliflower, for example, is an excellent source of fiber and helps detoxify the body while providing essential nutrients without overloading the kidneys. Incorporating these foods into the diet can be simple: a cauliflower soufflé, a fresh salad with cabbage, or a dish of sautéed leafy greens are examples of delicious meals that also take care of your kidneys. To add a special touch and further enhance the benefits, spices like garlic, ginger, and turmeric are must-haves in the kitchen. These spices not only add flavor to dishes but also have anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties that are beneficial to the kidneys. Garlic, for example, helps reduce inflammation and blood pressure, two critical factors in kidney health. A ginger tea or adding turmeric to soups and stews are simple ways to incorporate these ingredients into your routine. But as we will see next, protein intake should also be carefully monitored to avoid overloading the kidneys. Protein considerations. When it comes to kidney health, protein consumption deserves special attention. Proteins are essential for tissue repair and muscle maintenance, but in excess, they can generate nitrogenous waste that overburdens the kidneys, especially if they are already compromised. The key here is balance. For those with kidney disease, it is important to focus on high-quality protein sources like eggs, fish, and lean meats, but always in moderate amounts. For example, instead of consuming large portions of meat in one meal, protein intake can be spread out throughout the day in smaller portions, accompanied by plenty of vegetables. This care is even more crucial when we talk about avoiding low-quality proteins, such as those found in some protein supplements and processed foods. Many of these products contain additives that can be harmful to the kidneys. A more natural and balanced approach is preferable. For example, if you enjoy protein shakes, opting for homemade versions using natural ingredients like Greek yogurt and fruits can be a much healthier alternative. This way, you ensure that you are nourishing your body without overloading your kidneys. For those already in an advanced stage of kidney disease, protein intake recommendations can vary even more. It is common for protein intake to be drastically reduced in some cases to avoid the accumulation of waste in the blood. However, the quality of the protein consumed should always be a priority. Consulting a nutritionist to adjust the diet according to the stage of the disease is essential, ensuring that the body receives the necessary nutrients without further harming the kidneys. And while we discuss dietary care, it is also crucial to consider lifestyle adjustments, as we will see next. Stage 5, Critical Care. Reaching stage 5 of kidney disease is like entering territory that requires heightened attention and extreme care. At this point, the kidneys are functioning so poorly that every detail of the diet and lifestyle can make the difference between stability and serious complications. Here, the patient must strictly manage the intake of sodium, potassium, phosphorus, and even the amount of fluids. It is like walking a fine line where any misstep can have serious consequences. For example, potassium-rich foods like bananas and potatoes should be avoided as they can lead to dangerously high levels of potassium in the blood, a condition called hyperkalemia. Moreover, protein intake becomes a particular challenge. On the one hand, the body needs protein to combat muscle mass loss, which is common in patients with kidney failure. On the other hand, excess protein can produce waste that the kidneys cannot adequately filter. The secret is finding a balance, often with the help of a specialized nutritionist. Foods like egg whites and lean fish may be recommended as they offer high-quality protein without overloading the kidneys. However, it is essential that these choices are made under medical supervision, adjusting the diet as necessary. Finally, it is important to remember that strict diet control is only part of the treatment plan for patients in stage 5. These patients are often on the waiting list for a kidney transplant or depend on dialysis to survive. In these cases, food intake needs to be carefully monitored to avoid complications that could interfere with these treatments. Every meal becomes an act of balance, where the goal is to keep the body strong enough to withstand treatment without causing further damage to the kidneys. Now that we have covered the complexities of stage 5, it is essential to understand how lifestyle adjustments can help preserve kidney health, especially in the early stages. Lifestyle adjustments. Maintaining healthy kidneys is not just about diet, it also involves making important lifestyle adjustments. For those in the early stages of kidney disease, small changes can have a significant impact on preserving kidney function over time. For example, reducing stress is crucial, as chronic stress can lead to spikes in blood pressure, which is one of the kidney's main enemies. Practices like meditation, yoga, and even daily walks can help keep stress under control, creating a more favorable environment for kidney health. Additionally, the importance of physical activity cannot be underestimated. Regular exercise not only helps control weight but also improves circulation and cardiovascular health, which indirectly protects the kidneys. However, it is important to choose activities that are appropriate for your current health level. For those just starting, moderate walks or low-impact exercises like swimming are excellent options. These exercises help keep the body moving without putting excessive pressure on the kidneys. And of course, staying well hydrated during activities is essential, but always within the limits recommended by your doctor. Lastly, choosing a diet based on whole foods can make a big difference. Avoiding ultra-processed foods and those rich in sodium is an important step for those who want to preserve kidney health. Opting for homemade meals and including more fresh vegetables, whole grains, and quality protein sources can be a game changer. And like any lifestyle change, the most important thing is consistency. Small daily adjustments, when maintained over time, can prevent greater damage and help keep the kidneys functioning well for much longer. And with that, we conclude the cycle on kidney health care, but the reflection remains on the importance of applying all this knowledge in daily life. Now that you have discovered the top 10 foods to detoxify your kidneys, the question remains, what will you do with this knowledge? Implementing these changes in your diet is not just about adding foods to your menu, it is a life choice, a way to protect your kidneys and, by extension, your overall health. How would your routine look with more energy, less swelling, and a body functioning more efficiently? Imagine the positive impact these small adjustments could have on your overall well-being. But it is not enough just to know. Action is required. How about starting today by including some of these foods in your meals? It could be a salad with leafy greens, a snack of antioxidant-rich fruits, or even a ginger tea to end the day. Small actions can bring big results, and the decision is in your hands. Have you thought about sharing this journey with others? By applying this knowledge, you can become a health and wellness example, inspiring those around you to do the same. And if you want to continue learning about how to take care of your health and improve your quality of life, Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. This way, you won't miss any new content and can continue this journey of constant learning. Are you ready to transform your life? Let's go together.